Well, sorry guys, a little late. Tax season, these things happen. Anyways, yeah, I mean, it does happen during tax season. Sometimes I get hung up on a project or client or phone call, so I try to stick to it. I do better than I think I should. But anyways, well, hello and welcome back to this week's Profit Maximize Moment. This show is dedicated to helping business owners dramatically improve their bottom line with our weekly profit maximizing tips that you can use now. I'm your host and coach, Wayne Belisle. I'm also the founder of a local CPA firm that works with business owners to help them make more money and keep more of it from the IRS. I do that with our profit coaching programs and with our tax planning system, which has saved my clients over $7 million over the last 5, 6 years. Can't even remember. Like I say every week, I love my clients, but I don't want to share a jail cell with them. So today we're going to talk about how come, if you want to seriously increase your profits and sales, why you must know the lifetime value of a customer. All right. But first, support for today's show is brought to you by Profit Maximizing Publishing. Wow. Can't talk. Which published my book, The 90-Day Profit Reset, which shows you how to gain your independence from reduced cash flow, shrinking margins, and I don't know whatever else, an evaporating customer base. I tell you, that's what happens when you jump on live and you're not ready. In this book, you will find chapter after chapter, idea after idea about how you can turn around your business, reset your profits from red to black in 90 days or fewer. Even entrepreneurs who are making money already, making good money, can learn more from this. One thing I forgot to do, let me shut the shade so we don't have so much backlight coming in from the back. Anyways, all right. Truthfully, the lifetime value of a customer is one of the most important numbers every single business owner should know. You not only know, they have to know it, know how to calculate it, and they have to understand it. What do? You calculate it by taking the average price that your customer pays for your main product or services and multiplying that average by the number of years they will remain a customer. And then you add the value of the average number of referrals they send you during their time as a customer. Calculating this number often changes how much you would consider spending how much time you would consider spending with each customer, how much money you would be willing to spend to get a new customer. Let's take my case, and these are old numbers. I think I did this 10, 15 years ago, so these aren't the current numbers, but let's use them. They still work. Let's say the average personal tax return customer for an individual is 250. Well, we don't do those simple returns, so that's kind of low for us. We don't do many of those. I mean, we do them, but we don't do many. All right. Um, but let's use it for my purposes. That works. If I only look at this amount, how much should I spend on advertising, and how much time should I spend talking to them about their return? Probably not that much. Okay, but let's calculate the lifetime value of that new tax return customer. Let's make a few assumptions. Assume that customer stays with you for at least 7 years. I've got customers that stay longer, others that stay less. Figure out an average, okay? And let's say they refer two other tax return clients during that time. The lifetime value of that return, now that $250 return, now becomes $5,250. Well, why? 250 times 7 is 1750. If they refer two other people who average 250 and stay 7 years, that's another 1750 times 2. That's $3,500. That's how you build your firm. That's how you do your sales. That's how you increase it. So every single one that comes across your plate is a huge difference. Okay. Did this with a restaurant, a $20 ticket. But if I can get them to come back more often and bring their friends and upsell, all of a sudden that $20 ticket became something like 1,500, 2,000 for lifetime value. I think it was even higher than that. So that's another thing to look at. So how do I increase that lifetime value? Well, I do that by upselling and cross-selling and getting more referrals. Okay, which all of that can massively increase this customer's value. Upselling is adding related products or services into the original purchase. All right. Cross-selling is getting this customer to buy a product or service totally unrelated to the original purchase. Remember, your current customers are the customers you have. Easiest sale that you're going to make is to somebody who's already a customer. Why? Because they already know you and like you and trust you. Hopefully, if you've done a good job, right? So most question then comes, why do most customers, most business owners, wow, geez, gotta stop talking with my hands, problem I have. Why do most business owners then spend most of their money and effort trying to sell new customers who don't already know them, like them, and trust them? Well, it's because they do not understand how much upselling or cross-selling can quickly increase their profits. Train yourself and your staff to offer other services and products to your customers. This will easily increase your sales and profits. You want to do this by addressing your customers' needs. When they buy one product, you may learn of other products that would further help them. Remember, nobody buys except to satisfy a need they have, to eliminate a problem, make themselves feel better, or to help them make more money. I mean, those are the usually ones. All right. Let's look at what happens to the lifetime value of that tax return client if I do this, okay? When I use upselling and cross-selling. So $250 return stays for 7 years, $1,750. Look, I know this is hard to hear numbers when you're talking. So if you go to my website, wjb-cpa.com, go to blog and click the tab at the top that says blog, and there's a search button. And if you type in, you must know the lifetime, just type in lifetime value of the customer, you're going to find this article, pretty much sure of that, and it'll walk you through the numbers. So let's say I upsell tax planning at the end of each year, and in this example, I made it $750 for 7 years. That adds $5,250. Now, for a $250 return, I'm probably not going to do tax planning. Those are usually for the more complicated or business ones. But for this example, let's just go with it. Okay. One-time QuickBooks training, let's say that's $1,250. Annual QuickBooks support at $600 per year for 7 years. Now I have a total of $12,450 lifetime value of that customer. And if they still only refer two, that makes the $250 return worth $37,350. All right. Upselling and cross-selling increases the potential lifetime value of that one customer from $5,250 to $37,350. And if I can get them to refer more often, I've spent plenty of time on referrals, and I'll probably get to it again, how to increase them. So you can go back and look through this channel and find, wherever you're watching this. We're moving to Rumble, so I'm also putting finally transferring some of our videos to Rumble. I'm going to try to see if I can get it done this week. If not next week, all the new videos going to Rumble. Anyways, now knowing the lifetime value, let's go back to my original question. How much time and money do you think I should spend to get this client to keep them happy? It's an excellent question. I sit down with every new client. I take the time, half hour, an hour, 2 hours sometimes, to go over figuring out what their needs are and get them convinced that we're going to do a good job for them. All right. And then we try to follow through. Everybody makes mistakes, so we try not to. But if you do, you fix them. All right. Now, that's also why we we do these videos. We do the tax tips and business growth advice. We do this every week. All right. We have the book that we talked about. We got another one that we're working on right now. So think about that. The question that comes down to, how would knowing the lifetime value of your customers change the way you and your staff treat your customers? More importantly, how does knowing this customer change how much you're willing to spend in time and money to get a new customer? All right. So here's some homework for you. Using the formula in this article, calculate the lifetime value of your customers, review what you're spending to get a new customer, adjust as needed based on this information. Be sure to add steps into your sales process that you will use to upsell and cross-sell your customers. Also, don't forget to look at your client retention process. I mean, maybe you can there's a lot of ways to increase the lifetime value of a customer. If you're losing them in 5 years, how can I get them to stay 6, 7, 10? All right. So you keep client retention in mind. All right. Anyways, action checklist: develop a worksheet for your business to calculate the lifetime value for each of your major product lines. Okay. Write down how knowing this information changes the way you think about and market to your prospects and current customers. And, look forward, go back and see some of our videos, and we're going to do more about how to increase each part of the sales process in the formula. All right. Hey, until next time, I do again apologize for being late. Hope nobody missed this, but Until next time, this is Wayne Bilal saying, let's make this our most profitable year ever. Have a great day. God bless.